It's time for class. Can you see me? Yes, I hope you can. All right, my dog is here. Thor's here. He's sleeping. Let's get started. What do we have today? We have, what did I concoct for us? Some lower abdominal work, some oblique work. I'm gonna move my plant out of the way so I don't knock it over. And a little bit of chair pose, a little bit of squats to start off with. Felt like I haven't done some squats in a while, so let's do it. Let's start off with our chair pose sequence after we do our warm-up flow. Come to the back of your mat. Live cat class, power abs, let's do it. 30 minutes. Inhale, reach up to the sky. Set your intentions for class today. What do you want to get out of class? Do you want more core strength, better mobility, flexibility, supplement your sports, take a break from work, whatever it is, focus on that. Set your intention. Exhale, forward fold. Let's go through this first sun salutation. Nice, easy, mellow yoga warm-up. And then get into our core sequence. And then stretch and then be done. And that's it, 30 minutes. That's all we need. Just leave your knees nice and soft. Give your back a chance to relax. Hang out here for one more breath. Just using this first round to check in with our body. Just see how everything's feeling, right? Nice and slow. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. This is your hip hinge position, your deadlift position even. Straighten out those knees if you want more of a stretch. Hold it here, pull the belly in, abs are braced, chin is tucked in. Hold one breath. Exhale, bring your hands down, step back into plank. First plank of the day. I might give us some extra planks this morning, we'll see. I love my planks. Spread your fingers wide, hold it here for one breath. Exhale, lower either knees down or all the way down, slowly, chaturanga. Again, we're taking this first round mellow, right? No need to rush into this. Got plenty of work to do coming up. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Nice extension for the back. This should just feel good on your spine. No pinching in the lower back. Pull the shoulders down your back. Engage your lats. Engage. Strengthen your back to support you here. Exhale, back down. Push your hands to drive yourself back into downward facing dog. A great way to stretch out your calf, your ankles, your whole posterior chain here. Drive your hips up high to the sky. I'm trying to think about keeping my upper back flat. Pedal those feet. Let's go through this whole sequence again. Spreading my fingers nice and wide to create some stability for myself. This is always one of those cues I tell people. Keep those fingers nice and wide. Really ground your whole hand into the ground. That will help you for all of these positions. It'll help you for your headstands, your handstands, getting that nice shoulder stability through the hands. Walk the feet up when you're ready. Rolling up one vertebrae at a time. Take your time with this. Nice, supple, healthy spine. Head coming up last. Inhale, reach. Lengthen. Elongate the spine. Exhale, forward fold. Arms come down. Knees are soft. Hang out in forward fold. Shake it out if you want. Inhale, halfway lift. Flat back. Hold here for one breath. Subscribe to my channel if you want to get notifications for live class. I have live class every week, almost every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Hands come down, step back into plank. Core strength, flexibility, mobility, a little bit of yoga in 30 minutes. Hold it here, one breath. Exhale, lower either knees down or all the way down, chaturanga. I love starting off my day with this class, but I also like finishing my day with this class. So kind of just a nice supplement to life, right? Inhale, up. Full up dog or cobra if this feels good on your back. Again, this should never feel like pinching into that lower back. It should feel really nice. You're getting some nice extension. We spend all day hunched, slouched over things. Get some nice extension in the spine. Pull the shoulders down. Engage your back. One more breath here. Exhale, back down. We have one more round, and then we're moving on to chair pose. Push yourself back, downward facing dog. Enjoy this calf stretch. If you're like me, your heels do not quite touch the ground because you have tight calves. But it's a good chance to work on it. Pedal those feet out. Pedal, pedal, pedal. Last time through. Last little speed round, and then we're moving on to our squat, our chair pose. Walk your feet up. Rolling up one vertebrae at a time. Last time through, let's just speed through this last round. Inhale, reach to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Knees are soft. Hang out for one breath. Inhale, halfway lift. Straighten those knees. Plank, step it back. Last time. Hold it here, one breath. Exhale, lower. Up dog or cobra. Downward facing dog. We're moving on, guys. We're moving on. Before we get into chair pose, I did say I was going to sneak in a couple little extra planks because I love my planks. Let's just do a little bit of down dog rocking into our plank. So from here, because I also love down dog, it's such a great calf stretch and posterior chain kind of opener. Rock forward into plank. Again, I'm making sure I'm not going way far in front of my wrists, right? So you might need to widen your stance. Find this tall plank position, push away from the mat, exhale it back. Down dog. Let's just go back and forth just a few times here, and then we're gonna come into standing for chair pose. Plank, strong shoulders. Don't collapse into the shoulders, push away from the mat. A few of these and then come into standing. I'm going to give you some options for your chair pose. If you want to spice it up, it's an option today. Or not. Let's do two more just like this. Sink it back one more time. Beautiful. Walk yourself into standing. Walk your feet up to your hands. Come into standing chair pose. I'm going to give you my tips for chair pose. This is your air squat. Now, if you struggle with getting deep into your squats, get nice and wide with your feet. There's nothing wrong with taking this nice wide stance or even turning the toes out. So if this is where you need to go to get deep into your chair squat and your squats in general, bring those feet wider, right? We're working on some depth. So chair pose, I'm going to give you options. I'm going to sink back into my chair pose. I'm keeping my back nice and flat. Arms can go overhead or come into scarecrow or come low. The main thing is as you sink back, I want the back to be nice and flat. So I don't want to see this. Right? That's wrong. It's going to strain your lower back. So you decide the handhold position. You decide the stance width. Again, everyone's built differently. Some people have nice flexible hips. Some people don't. Or ankles. So inhale, reach to the sky. Exhale, sink low into chair pose. You should look relatively flat. I'm going to cue that as a flat back, but it's really neutral spine. Arms can be overhead or lower. Keep the back flat. Pull the belly in. Get low. Sink low into this pose. This is a great chance to work on your hip mobility as well as your strength. Abs are bracing. Hold it here. Eyes are looking forward. Shoulders are pulled down my back. This is a great chance to oh, how low can I go? What can I do today? Really challenge myself and work into this pose. Hold it for 4. For 3. And the way you work on it is you just keep doing it. 2. 1, stand it up, shake those legs out. Ooh, shake them out, shake them out. We're gonna do 3 air squat, AKA chair poses, and then we'll add a little bit onto that. Exhale, forward fold. Shake it all out. Let's come back up and do that again. So we got 3 chair pose. Add a little bit onto our last ones. Inhale, reach to the sky, set the shoulder blades down your back, engage your lats, stabilize the back, exhale, sink low into chair. Eyes are looking forward. A lot of things to think about here. Draw your arch up into the feet. That's going to help pull those knees out. So active foot. Really grabbing the floor with your whole foot. For 3. For 2. 1, stand up one more time with our basic chair pose. And then we might add on, just to add a little bit of spice. Exhale, forward fold. Shake it all out. Roll up. Last time chair pose. Get ready for that add-on coming up. Inhale to the sky. Exhale, sink low into chair pose. Maybe you can get a little bit lower this last round. I don't know. Try. Keep the abs bracing for 4. 3, eyes are looking forward. Arches drawn up. 2. 1, stand up. Come back down into chair pose. Bring that right knee up. Come back down into chair pose. Bring that left knee up. Lunge that knee up. A little bit of balance. Challenge. Pull it up. Sink low and up. Sink and up. Sit back and up. Just getting the heart rate up a little bit, adding a little bit of a knee crunch today. Might as well add some more crunches because why not? We do have crunches coming up next, I believe. 4 more here. 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Let's take it down onto the mat, shake it out, roll it out, and then we're going to come into our core sequence. Let's do a little bit of cat-cow first. A little bit of nice gentle cat-cow. Just relaxing the back. Oh, it's kind of fun, those knee crunches. I don't know, I thought that was fun. Maybe not. Okay, so we have a little bit of a elbow to knee crunch first. That's going to change in our next rounds, but we're starting off with a knee crunch. And then we have a legs lowering, lower abdominal work, and then we have a flutter kick. A lot of lower abdominal work. This is a challenging sequence. So again, when you let those legs get away from you, which is going to be all of these today, your lower back needs to stay pressed down to the mat. Do not let that lower back arch. That is going to strain your back, piss it off, and that is totally not the point of this class, right? So in other words, on my exhale, I press my lower back down. I need to maintain that lower back connected. So level 1 is here for our first move. Level 2, tap. Level 3, again, we're going to change this move in round 2. We have 3 rounds total. But for now, do elbow to knee. Just get the move done. Get that crunch. There's a lot of value in crunch. Crunching, you can use that diaphragm. You can use those lower, deeper abdominals as well, right? And it's generally safe on the lower back because we're not coming into that full sit-up. So really, this is an excellent, underrated exercise. People think crunches are kind of lame. They're not. It's a great foundation move, right? Stability breath. Exhale, lift. So this first round, again, you decide which one you want to do. If you want to just do the lower part, upper part. I like to lift your booty up a little bit, right? Get that lower abdominal pelvic floor activated. Squeeze, lift. This is all a part of your core. This first round, we have a long set. So if you've done my classes before, then you know. I like to get the hard stuff done first. Get it done first. Do the long set first. Well, we have the energy, right? Focus on that intensity and that challenge first so we can give it our best. Use that breath. Exhale. Elbows don't need to touch the knee, but that's really what I'm aiming for. Let's do a few more here. 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest. Give your abdominals a little break. This is a hard sequence today, so just make sure you're staying connected, paying attention, keeping that lower back pressed down. This next move, you're going to lower the legs. Now again, the lower you go, the harder it is. So if you want to just do kind of this little scoop with the legs here, that's probably going to be your easiest move. I like to have my hands close to my sides. Give me a little bit of stability. If you want to go all the way down, it's going to be more challenging, right? My other cue to you is I try to keep my chin tucked in relatively the whole time for most of this core work. But if you still need a little bit of help kind of locking in right here, lift your head up, right? Or put your pillow behind your head. Something to elevate you is going to help you get this front body locked in, right? Stabilizing here, connecting here. So all we're doing is we're just lowering the legs, scoop them back up. Exhale. Use that strong breath. That's going to help to stabilize you, help to control you, and it is a part of your core. Using your diaphragm, using that breath. Let's do a few more. Like I said, this is our first round. This is kind of our challenging round, so we're going for endurance here. Really keeping a nice stable core for the long haul. 4, 3, 2, 1, relax. Let those knees go side to side. So now we have next, we're gonna do a little bit of like a flutter, but we're gonna go up and down with the flutter. So the letter's gonna go up, legs are gonna go down. Again, the lower you go, the harder it is. So if you flutter, kick, 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 you get all the way to the ground. That's gonna be more challenging on your lower back and your core as well. So you decide. Again, you can have arms in whatever position you want. I like to have them close to my sides. Legs starting up, and then just kick. And then just kick back up, right? Again, the lower that you go, the harder it is, and you will be able to feel that. So a lot of pulling, right? It's that lowering, that's the hard part. That's where your abs kind of feel like, oof, definitely feel it. Other cueing, so I'll say, tuck the chin in, lift the head up. You'll hear me say these cues over and over and over because a lot of times you get fatigued and you forget, and then your lower back starts to lift and arch a little bit, and that's where you can really kind of strain on the lower back and lose that stability. And if it's not stable, it's wrong, right? These need to be done correctly. These are not easy moves. So let's finish our set here. Then we're gonna come back into that first move again. We're gonna change that elbow to knee crunch. So instead of an elbow to knee crunch, we're gonna do more of like a V up. Then we're gonna change it again in our third round, just to be extra. 2 more just like this. 1 more time. And then rest. Let those knees rock side to side. Give your abs, give your back, give it a little bit of a break. So now instead we're gonna bring elbow to knee. We're just gonna come across the body. So you have options for this one. If you wanna come here, kind of like an extended bicycle. If you wanna come to the full extension, extend the legs. I'll let you decide. So this is gonna be our variations for our next round. I'm not taking a break. Start back in. Elbow across the knee. Again, you decide. If you want to do that extended leg, reach. I'm thinking of reaching across my body, so a little bit of those obliques. Across, across, across. What am I going to do for our third round? So our third round, I might just do some bicycles, right? I like to kind of change it up. Keep every round maybe a little bit different with some of the moves, maybe a little bit similar. Never wanting our body to adapt too much, right? Get stagnant. Keep your body always active, always progressing, always challenged, always engaged, mentally engaged, staying focused. Let's do a few more here. And then we have those legs lowering next. 2 more just like this. Got a lot to cover in 30 minutes. Last time. All right, legs lowering. Again, re-stabilize yourself here. So press it down on that exhale. Legs come up. Arms can be at your sides. Lower, scoop. Thinking as my legs get away from me, I'm really thinking about how much I can brace myself here, keep my rib cage pressed down so that I'm not letting my whole back lift and become unstable. Right? That's the purpose of doing a lot of this core strength, is really keeping a nice, strong, stable core so that you're efficient in your sports, walking, running, picking up things, whatever. It doesn't mean that your midsection does not ever move, but that it's strong and it's stable and it's resilient to movements. Let's do a few more here. And then we've got those fun little flutter kicks. 4, 3, 2, 1, take a break. If all you're feeling is those hip flexors with these types of exercises, I want to challenge you to brace your abs harder, right? Doesn't mean that your hip flexors need to do all the work. Think even more, get your brain engaged even more with the abs. Take a little bit of the weight off and get your brain to refocus. Sometimes that will help. Just means brace harder. You got tight hip flexors, strong hip flexors, make your abs that much more engaged. Brace, press down, press your lower back down. Flutter kicks. We've got 1 more round after this. It's a hard one. This is one of those series where because the legs are getting away from us, we're getting that lengthening and that control. A lot of times, these are the ones where people are like, oh, I'm sore, right? So that I would not be surprised if you feel this one. It's a little bit harder than some of these other series that I do. Again, we're going for, yeah, maybe you're sore, maybe you're not, but sore in a good way, right? Not sore in a my lower back hurts way. Or my neck is killing me, right? That's a different kind of soreness. Speaking of which, keep that chin tucked in or lift the head up. We've got a few more. We've got our last round. We are zipping through this today. Again, you don't need a long workout to be efficient, effective. All of the workouts that I do in my app and with my coaching, it's not long. It's not easy, right? Save the long stuff for when you go on your long bike rides and yada, 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 and walks, whatever. We're here to get work done. 2 more. 1 more. And relax. Last time through, let's just jam through it. Let's come into some bicycle crunches. My favorite. I don't know why, because they're so easy, but effective. People want these really exciting, crazy, weird, fancy, schmancy things, and you know what? The basics still work. Your squat, your deadlift, your bridge, your crunch, your bicycle crunch. These are great exercises. Downward dog, plank. That's a whole workout right there. Do not be afraid to be boring. I told that to one of my athletes last week. Perfect your squat, perfect your deadlift, add more weight. Perfect your form, right? Be boring. Be the best. Work at it. That's my motivational speech for the day to my dog, who's asleep. Let's do 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Speed through. 5, 4. Shoulders off the mat. Chin tucked in. 3, 2, 1. Relax. Legs up. Legs flutter. Not taking a break. I do a lot of these same moves in different variations, different combos, different tempos. It's good to change it up and change it up, the order, and change up the difficulty, but I will tell you the basics will always work. A lot of people spend too much time on the fluff. You don't have a good foundation. It's a waste of your time, and it's a way to get injured too, right? So keep those basics solid. Let's do a few more here, and then we have our last one, and we're done. We're cooling it down after this. 2 more. All right. Let's finish with legs lowering. I think I went out of order. Oh, well, whatever. Scoop. We've got to get into that stretching and finish with some nice mobility and cool down, right? We did all this work. Let's stretch it out. If there's extra stretches, I always tell people that you want to do that feel good on your body, this is your class. This is your time to add them in. Let's do a few more of these legs lowering and then stretch it out. Keep that lower back pressed down. 4 more. 3 more. Challenge yourself. 2. And 1. Whew, done with that. Let those knees go side to side. We are done with the hard part, guys. Hug the knees into your chest. Let's stretch it out again. Any stretches that feel good to you. This is your body, your class. Time to work on things that you need to work on. Right, modify as needed. Slow down the breath. Let that left leg extend long. Shake it out. Relax it. Hug that right knee into your chest. Maybe make a little bit of a little hip circle. I always forget how much I like doing these little hip circles. They just feel nice on my hips. You can get creative. Make up your own variation of any of these stretches. Left hand brings that knee across your body. Find that angle that feels like a good stretch, whether you're getting into that hip, outer hip, or into that lower back with a spinal twist. Open the right arm out. Head goes wherever it feels comfortable. And let's just focus on really settling into the stretch, seeing what you're feeling here. Where do you feel tight? What feels like it needs work? Can you inhale through the nose? Exhale it out through the mouth. Focus on that breath. Just start to cool it down. Relax your mind. Last breath here. Come back to center. Figure 4 stretch or thread the needle, whatever feels good to you. Opening up that hip if you want to reach through. For thread the needle or pigeon pose. Or any other hip opener that feels good. Now's your chance. Let that head be nice and relaxed. Rock the head side to side. This is like my favorite part of class. As much as I love the hardcore ab stuff, I like just stretching. And I like this pose a lot too. It always feels good. If you have tight hips and you can get into this pose, it's a nice one. Last breath here and we'll do the other side. Unwrap that right leg, shake it out, relax. Notice if you have any tension anywhere, let it go. Let it go. We hold so much tension in our hips, on our neck, and our shoulders. Let it go. Let all that tension go, right? We don't need it. Bring that knee across your body. Right hand brings that knee across. Stretch it out. Find that stretch. This hip may feel different than the other hip, right? We are not built symmetrically as humans. So kind of lean into that. I always tell my patients, hey, if that's your tighter hip, stretch it more, right? If that's your weaker glute, strengthen it more, right? So just kind of using these times when we stretch to kind of take note of what we're feeling, where we're feeling, how our body's feeling. Are we noticing anything that's feeling excessively tight or stiff or achy? This is your chance to kind of check in. Open that left arm out. Foam rolling, same thing. It's a nice way to loosen up, relax, speed up recovery, but also just check in with your body. What are you feeling? We're often very disconnected from our bodies, so use this chance to kind of check back in. And then figure 4 stretch, left hip opener, left side. Whichever version you want to do, we're almost done with class today. Subscribe to the channel for notifications, live classes every week, almost every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Not every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but almost every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Replays are going to be up into that Power Abs playlist. Check it out. Lots of other core strength workouts in my other core strength playlist. Some hip mobility, low back mobility, all sorts of stuff. Roll the shoulders out here. No tension in the neck. Let's finish up class. Last few stretches. We are basically done with class. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth. Last few breaths here. Thank you for coming. I appreciate it. And then unwrap that left leg when you're ready. Both feet onto the floor. Nice and gentle. Windshield wiper the knees side to side. And then turn onto your side. We are basically done with Power Abs class for today. Come into seated, last stretch, and then that's it. That's it. Seated position. Sitting up nice and tall. Inhale, reach to the sky. Exhale it out one more time, and then that is it for today. And thank you for coming. Inhale, reach. Lengthen. And then exhale it out. That is it for today, guys. Thank you so much for coming. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, most times live classes. Check my playlist. Subscribe to the channel. Comment below if you have questions, comments, suggestions. I'm sorry my dog is just so disinterested in this class. He's usually here. I promise one of the days you'll see him pop up, but he's sleeping right now. All right, see you guys.